Welcome to Sleepy Secrets. Find a comfortable position. Let your body sink into the mattress. Feel the weight of the day melting away from your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Relax your forehead. Let your hands rest gently at your sides. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And let it out slowly. Again. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out, releasing all tension. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Nothing else you need to do. No problems to solve. No decisions to make. Just this moment. Just your breath. Just the gentle rhythm of your body settling into rest. Let your thoughts drift like clouds across a quiet sky. If worries come, acknowledge them gently, then let them pass. This is your time. Your sanctuary. Your escape from the busy world. Tonight, we are going on a journey together. A journey beyond the familiar. Beyond the boundaries of what we know. We will travel to a place of infinite wonder. A place of profound silence and breathtaking beauty. A realm where time stretches across billions of years. Where distances are measured in light. Where mysteries older than imagination await. We will explore the vastness that surrounds our tiny world. The endless ocean above us. The cosmic darkness filled with ancient light. Tonight, we journey into space. As you begin to drift, imagine yourself floating in the infinite darkness of space. The first secret is this: space is not actually empty. It is filled with a thin, whisper-quiet gas called the interstellar medium. Just a few atoms per cubic centimeter, scattered across light years of darkness. Yet this sparse mist is the raw material from which new stars are born. You are surrounded by the ghosts of ancient suns, even now. The silence of space is absolute. Sound requires a medium to travel through, and space has almost none. If you were floating in the void, you would hear nothing at all. Not the hum of engines, not the whisper of wind, not even your own heartbeat. Just pure, perfect silence. An eternal quiet that has existed since the birth of the universe. The sky you see at night is not just above you. It surrounds you completely. You are standing at the bottom of a vast ocean of stars. The Earth itself is a tiny island in this cosmic sea. Every direction you look, there are more stars, more galaxies, more mysteries. You are not under the sky. You are inside it. The darkness of space is not black. It is actually a very, very dark blue. Scientists call this the cosmic latte color of the universe. When all the light from every galaxy is averaged together, the universe is a creamy, off-white beige. But to your eyes, stretched across billions of light years, it appears as the deepest black imaginable. The stars you see at night are not where they appear to be. Light takes time to travel. The closest star to Earth, besides our Sun, is over 4 light years away. This means you are seeing it as it was 4 years ago. Every star in the sky is a ghost, showing you the past. Some of the stars you see tonight may have already died. Space has a smell. Astronauts who return from spacewalks report that their suits carry a distinct odor. It smells like seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. This is caused by dying stars. When stars expire, they produce chemicals called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These compounds cling to spacesuits and create that strange, metallic scent. You are smelling the death of ancient suns. The sun is not yellow. From space, the Sun appears pure, brilliant white. It only looks yellow from Earth because our atmosphere scatters the shorter blue wavelengths. The true color of our star is a blinding, perfect white. A color so bright it would overwhelm your eyes if you could see it directly. There is a planet made entirely of diamonds. 50 light-years away, a strange world called 55 Cancri E orbits its star so closely that its surface is molten. Deep beneath the burning crust, immense pressure has compressed carbon into pure diamond. The entire planet may be 1/3 diamond by weight. A world of unimaginable treasure, burning in eternal fire. Space is not silent everywhere. Some objects in the cosmos emit radio waves that, when converted to sound, create haunting melodies. The planet Saturn sings an eerie, beautiful song. Pulsars tick like cosmic clocks. Black holes hum with deep, resonant tones. The universe is filled with music, if only you could hear it. The largest known structure in the universe is called the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It is a filament of galaxies stretching 10 billion light-years across. If you could see it, it would fill your entire field of vision. It is so vast that light takes billions of years to cross it. A single structure, larger than imagination itself. There is a cloud of alcohol in space. Sagittarius B2, a massive gas cloud near the center of our galaxy, contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion pints of beer. Along with it are clouds of formaldehyde, methyl formate, and other organic compounds. The center of our galaxy smells like a cosmic bar. Venus spins backwards. While every other planet in our solar system rotates counterclockwise, Venus rotates clockwise. A day on Venus is longer than its year. It takes 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. On Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. A world where time itself seems reversed. The footprints left by Apollo astronauts on the Moon will remain there for millions of years. Without wind, rain, or atmosphere to erode them, every mark in the lunar dust is preserved forever. The boot prints of 12 humans, frozen in time. Long after everyone who walked there has passed away, their steps will remain. A silent monument to human courage, etched into another world. Neutron stars are so dense that a single teaspoon of their material would weigh 6 billion tons on Earth. These collapsed stellar cores spin hundreds of times per second. They are the remnants of massive stars that exploded in supernovae. A city-sized object, heavier than our Sun. The densest matter in the known universe. There is a place in space called the Boötes Void. It is a region of space 1 billion light-years across that is almost completely empty. While the average region of space contains thousands of galaxies, the Boötes Void contains only about 60. If our solar system were located in the center of the void, we would not have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. A cosmic desert, larger than comprehension. There is a place in space called the Boötes Void. It is a region of space 1 billion light-years across that is almost completely empty. While the average region of space contains thousands of galaxies, the Boötes Void contains only about 60. If our solar system were located in the center of the void, we would not have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. A cosmic desert, larger than comprehension. Black holes are not actually holes. They are regions of space where gravity is so intense that nothing can escape, not even light. At the center of each black hole lies a singularity, a point of infinite density where the laws of physics break down. a place where space and time cease to exist as we know them. Dark matter makes up 27% of the universe. Yet we cannot see it, touch it, or detect it directly. We only know it exists because of its gravitational pull on visible matter. An invisible scaffold holding the cosmos together. Dark energy is even more mysterious. It comprises 68% of the universe and is responsible for the accelerating expansion of space. It is pushing galaxies apart at an ever-increasing rate. An invisible force, driving the cosmos toward an uncertain future. The event horizon of a black hole is the point of no return. Once you cross this boundary, escape becomes impossible. Time itself slows down near the event horizon. To an outside observer, you would appear to freeze in place, slowly fading from view. Supermassive black holes lurk at the center of most galaxies. The one at the heart of the Milky Way is 4 million times more massive than our Sun. Yet it remains hidden in the galactic center, quietly consuming anything that ventures too close. A sleeping giant, watching over our cosmic home. If you fell into a black hole, you would experience spaghettification. The intense gravity would stretch your body into a long, thin strand of atoms. Your feet, closer to the black hole, would be pulled much harder than your head. You would be stretched apart, molecule by molecule, into the infinite void. The universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. This does not violate the laws of physics because space itself is expanding. Galaxies are not moving through space faster than light. Space itself is stretching, carrying galaxies along with it. There may be more than 3 dimensions in our universe. Some theories suggest there are 10, 11, or even 26 dimensions. We only experience 3 spatial dimensions and 1 dimension of time. The other dimensions may be curled up so tightly that we cannot perceive them. The cosmic microwave background is the oldest light in the universe. It is the afterglow of the Big Bang, still visible in every direction. This faint radiation fills all of space, a whisper from the dawn of time. A reminder that the universe had a beginning. Time moves slower in stronger gravitational fields. This effect, called gravitational time dilation, has been measured and confirmed. Clocks on GPS satellites run slightly faster than clocks on Earth. Without correcting for this effect, GPS would fail within minutes. The universe may be infinite. If it is, then every possible configuration of matter exists somewhere. There may be other versions of you, living other lives, on distant Earths. An infinite cosmos contains infinite possibilities. Hawking radiation causes black holes to slowly evaporate. Over unimaginable timescales, even the largest black holes will fade away. They lose mass by emitting particles from just outside their event horizons. A process so slow that a black hole takes longer than the current age of the universe to evaporate completely. The observable universe contains 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy contains billions or trillions of stars. The total number of stars is beyond human comprehension. More stars than grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth. Space is lumpy. Matter is not distributed evenly throughout the universe. It forms a cosmic web of filaments and voids. Galaxies cluster along these filaments, like dew on a spider's web. A vast, intricate structure spanning billions of light years. As we drift deeper into our own cosmic neighborhood, we find a world of quiet giants and silent wanderers. Jupiter's great red spot is a storm that has raged for hundreds of years. But it is slowly shrinking. Once large enough to swallow 3 Earths, it is now a gentle, swirling eye, watching over the gas giant in silent vigil. Beneath the frozen, cracked surface of Jupiter's moon Europa, lies a vast, hidden ocean. This subsurface sea contains more than twice the amount of water found in all of Earth's oceans combined. A dark, silent body of water, shielded from the cosmos by miles of solid ice. On Saturn's largest moon, Titan, it rains liquid methane. Thick, hazy clouds drift across an alien landscape, dropping gentle showers of hydrocarbons into lakes of liquid gas. A world where the water cycle is replaced by a slow, cold cycle of alien rain. Uranus rolls through space on its side. Tilted at a 98-degree angle, it orbits the Sun like a spinning top lying flat. For 20 years at a time, one pole faces the Sun in endless daylight, while the other is plunged into a long, dark winter. Mars experiences blue sunsets. While the Martian sky is a dusty red during the day, the fine dust in its atmosphere scatters light differently when the Sun is low. As the Sun dips below the horizon, the sky cools into a soft, melancholic blue. The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter is not a crowded, chaotic field like in the movies. It is incredibly empty. The asteroids are spaced millions of miles apart. If you were floating in the asteroid belt, you would likely not see another rock with the naked eye. Just a vast, silent expanse of nothingness. Jupiter's moon Io is the most volcanically active body in the solar system. Its surface is constantly reshaped by eruptions of sulfur and silicate rock. Plumes of volcanic ash shoot hundreds of miles into the vacuum of space, painting the moon in vibrant, toxic yellows and reds. Enceladus, another moon of Saturn, shoots geysers of ice and water vapor into space. These frozen plumes erupt from cracks in its southern pole, feeding Saturn's outer rings with fresh ice. A tiny, icy world, quietly breathing out into the void. Mercury experiences the most extreme temperature swings in the solar system. Because it has almost no atmosphere to hold heat, the side facing the Sun burns at over 800 degrees. But the side in shadow plunges to nearly 300 degrees below zero. A world of burning light and freezing dark, with no gentle transition between them. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring of icy debris. It is home to Pluto and countless other frozen worlds. These ancient remnants of the solar system's formation drift in the deep freeze, untouched for billions of years. Jupiter's moon Ganymede is the only moon in the solar system that has its own magnetic field. This invisible shield protects it from the harsh radiation of space. A tiny, quiet force field, wrapping around a frozen world in the dark. The atmospheric pressure on Venus is 90 times greater than Earth's. Standing on its surface would feel like being half a mile deep in Earth's ocean. The air is so thick and heavy that it moves slowly, like a warm, toxic syrup, crushing everything in its path. At the very edge of our solar system lies the Oort cloud. It is a theoretical, spherical shell of icy objects that surrounds the Sun. It marks the true boundary of our cosmic home, stretching nearly a light-year into the dark. The final, frozen frontier of our star's influence. Callisto, another of Jupiter's moons, has one of the most heavily cratered surfaces in the solar system. Its landscape has remained virtually unchanged for billions of years. It is a silent, ancient archive, recording every impact and collision since the dawn of the solar system. The Sun creates a protective bubble around the solar system called the heliosphere. The solar wind pushes against the interstellar medium, creating a vast, invisible shield. This bubble protects all the planets from the harsh cosmic rays of deep space. A gentle, magnetic embrace, holding our tiny world safe in the dark. As we drift further into the unknown, we discover that the universe is far stranger than we ever imagined. There is a star in the constellation Ursa Major that has died and come back to life, not once, but multiple times. Astronomers call it a zombie star. It explodes in a supernova, scattering its material into space, only to somehow reform and explode again. A celestial phoenix, trapped in an endless cycle of death and rebirth, burning in the dark for millions of years. The moon is slowly drifting away from Earth. Every year, it moves about 1.5 inches further from our world. Billions of years ago, the moon was much closer, and the days on Earth were much shorter. In the distant future, the moon will be so far away that total solar eclipses will no longer be possible. A silent farewell, playing out over eons. 12 billion light-years away, astronomers discovered a colossal reservoir of water vapor surrounding a quasar. It contains 140 trillion times the amount of water in all of Earth's oceans combined. The largest and farthest body of water ever detected in the universe. A hidden ocean, floating in the ancient cosmos, older than our solar system itself. Venus has a tail, much like a comet. As the planet moves through space, the solar wind strips away its atmosphere, creating a long, glowing stream of ionized gas that stretches millions of miles behind it. Even though Venus is a rocky planet, it moves through the cosmos like a comet, leaving a trail of its own atmosphere in the dark. There is a region of space known as the CMB cold spot. It is an inexplicably cold area in the cosmic microwave background radiation. While the rest of the universe has a fairly uniform temperature, this spot is significantly colder than it should be. Some scientists believe it may be evidence of a parallel universe, brushing against our own. A cold scar, marking the boundary between realities. The center of the Earth is as hot as the surface of the Sun. Deep beneath our feet, the core of our planet burns at over 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This molten heart generates Earth's magnetic field, protecting us from the harsh radiation of space. A hidden sun, burning silently at the center of our world. There are rogue planets in the galaxy that have their own moons. These orphan worlds, untethered from any star, drift through the eternal darkness of interstellar space. Yet some of them may have moons orbiting them, caught in their gravitational embrace. A lonely planet, carrying its own tiny companion through the endless night. At the center of our galaxy, astronomers detected the scent of ethyl formate. This is the chemical responsible for the smell of rum and the taste of raspberries. The center of the Milky Way smells like rum and raspberries. A sweet, intoxicating fragrance, hidden in the heart of our galaxy, drifting through the cosmic void. There is a planet where it rains glass, sideways, at 4,000 miles per hour. HD 189733b is a gas giant with winds that blow at 20 times the speed of sound. Its atmosphere is filled with silicate particles that condense into molten glass, which the winds tear apart and hurl across the planet. A world of eternal, razor-sharp storms, raging in the dark. The largest known star in the universe is called Stephenson 218. It is so vast that if it replaced our Sun, its surface would extend beyond the orbit of Jupiter. A star so enormous that it defies human comprehension. A cosmic giant, burning quietly at the edge of our understanding. There is a mysterious phenomenon called dark flow. Galaxies at the edge of the observable universe are moving in a coordinated direction, toward a point beyond what we can see. scientists do not know what is causing this pull. It may be the gravitational influence of something outside our universe, tugging at the edges of our reality. An invisible hand, pulling the cosmos in a direction we cannot follow. Neutron stars experience starquakes. As their incredibly dense crust shifts and cracks, they release massive bursts of energy. These starquakes can cause the neutron star to suddenly spin faster, like an ice skater pulling in their arms. A violent tremor, rippling through the heart of a dead star, echoing across the galaxy. There is a planet with 3 suns. HD 131399 orbits in a triple star system, where it experiences complex, shifting patterns of light and shadow. Sometimes all 3 suns are visible in its sky, casting multiple shadows across its surface. A world of perpetual twilight, dancing between the light of 3 stars. The Milky Way is not a simple spiral galaxy. It has a bar structure running through its center, a long, rectangular formation of stars that influences the motion of the entire galaxy. This hidden bar, invisible to the naked eye, shapes the flow of stars and gas throughout our cosmic home. A secret skeleton, holding our galaxy together in the dark. There are impossible planets that should not exist. Astronomers have discovered planets orbiting in places where, according to our current theories of planetary formation, they cannot form. These rogue worlds challenge our understanding of how the universe works. They exist, silent and defiant, proving that the cosmos still holds secrets we have yet to comprehend. As we leave our solar system behind, we drift into a galaxy teeming with worlds beyond imagination. There is a tiny, dim red star called TRAPPIST-1, orbited by 7 Earth-sized planets. If you were to stand on the surface of one of these worlds, the neighboring planets would appear in the sky as large and clear as our moon does from Earth. You could watch the shadows of other worlds pass over the land, a cosmic dance of 7 siblings, locked in a quiet, eternal orbit. Some of these alien worlds have 2 suns in their sky. Like the fictional desert planet of Tatooine, planets like Kepler-16b orbit a binary star system. From the surface, you would witness 2 sunsets every single day, as the twin stars slowly dip below the horizon, painting the sky in complex, shifting shades of alien light. Deep in the cosmos, there are planets that orbit dead stars. Pulsars are the crushed, spinning cores of exploded suns, emitting deadly beams of radiation. Yet, astronomers have found planets orbiting these stellar ghosts. These are silent, irradiated worlds, circling a graveyard, bathed in the cold, rhythmic pulse of a dead star's heartbeat. There are gas giants so close to their host stars that they are literally boiling away. Called hot Jupiters, these massive worlds are being slowly consumed by the intense heat. They leave behind long, glowing tails of evaporating gas, like comets of planetary scale, slowly dissolving into the star that birthed them. Imagine a planet shaped like a giant eyeball. These eyeball planets are tidally locked, meaning one side always faces their star, while the other faces the endless dark of space. The day side is a melted, boiling ocean. The night side is a frozen wasteland of ice. But right in the center, at the twilight border between day and night, lies a ring of liquid water, resembling a giant, unblinking eye staring into the cosmos. On the alien world known as WASP-76b, it literally rains liquid iron. The day side of this tidally locked planet is so hot that it vaporizes solid iron into a glowing gas. Winds carry this metallic vapor to the cooler night side, where it condenses and falls as heavy, molten iron droplets. A dark, heavy rain of liquid metal, falling silently through an alien night. There are water worlds with oceans so deep that the water at the bottom turns into solid ice, not from cold, but from immense pressure. These exotic, high-pressure ices form a crust miles thick beneath the waves, trapping a dark, silent ocean between a surface of water and a floor of solid, frozen heat. Some planets are made not of rock, but of carbon. These dark, gloomy worlds are covered in vast deserts of graphite and tar, rather than sand and stone. Under the right conditions, the surface of these carbon planets could be covered in a thick, sticky ocean of liquid diamond dust. A pitch-black world, shimmering with the crushed remains of ancient elements. There are puffy planets, gas giants that have been inflated by the intense heat of their star until they are larger than Jupiter, but less dense than a cork. These swollen, fragile worlds are barely held together by their own weak gravity, floating like cosmic balloons in the dark. Even rogue planets, drifting without a sun, might harbor life. Beneath their frozen, sunless surfaces, internal geothermal heat could keep vast, dark oceans liquid. In these lightless depths, entirely cut off from the stars, alien ecosystems could thrive in the warm, crushing dark, powered only by the planet's own hidden fire. On tidally locked worlds, there exists a terminator line. This is the narrow, eternal twilight zone that separates the burning day side from the freezing night side. It is a ribbon of perpetual dusk, where the sun hangs forever on the horizon, casting long, soft shadows across a world caught between fire and ice. When astronomers pointed the Kepler telescope at a tiny, seemingly empty patch of sky, they discovered thousands of planets. That single, small dot in the night sky holds more worlds than we can easily count. If that ratio holds true for the entire sky, there are billions of planets in our galaxy alone. More planets than stars. More worlds than grains of sand on Earth. Planets can survive the death of their sun. Astronomers have found worlds orbiting white dwarfs, the dense, fading embers of dead stars. These planets endured the violent expansion of their sun's death throes, remaining in orbit as silent witnesses to the end of their solar system. Some planets orbit two stars that orbit each other. The gravitational dance of the twin stars creates complex, shifting shadows on the planet's surface. The sky is a web of intersecting orbits, a celestial clockwork of light and gravity, playing out in the silent dark. The night sky you see is not just a canopy of stars. It is a forest of worlds. Every single point of light may be orbited by planets of rock, ice, and gas. The universe is not empty space dotted with stars. It is a crowded, bustling ocean of worlds, drifting together in the endless, peaceful dark. As we drift further into the cosmic ocean, we turn our attention to the brilliant, glowing hearts of the galaxy. In the shoulder of the constellation Orion sits a massive, ancient red supergiant named Betelgeuse. It is nearing the end of its long life. When it finally collapses, it will explode in a supernova so bright that it will outshine the full moon. For months, a new star will be visible in the daytime sky, a brilliant, silent flare marking the death of a giant. Deep within the Eagle Nebula lie the pillars of creation. These are towering, majestic columns of interstellar gas and dust, stretching light years into the dark. They are a stellar nursery. Within their dense, dusty folds, new stars are quietly igniting, waking up for the first time in the cold embrace of the cosmos. Our sun is not actually yellow, nor is it white. If you look at the peak of its light emission, the sun is actually green. It emits most of its energy in the green part of the spectrum. But our eyes blend all the colors together, perceiving it as a brilliant, blinding white. A green star, shining down on us, disguised by the limits of our own vision. When a star like our Sun dies, it sheds its outer layers and leaves behind a dense, glowing core called a white dwarf. Over trillions of years, this core will slowly cool and fade. Eventually, it will stop emitting light entirely, becoming a cold, dark black dwarf. But the universe is not yet old enough for a single black dwarf to exist. They are all still waiting in the dark, cooling silently for the deep future. There are neutron stars called magnetars, possessing the strongest magnetic fields in the known universe. If one of these magnetic giants were to pass halfway between the Earth and the Moon, its magnetic field would be so intense that it would instantly erase the information from every credit card on the planet. A silent, invisible force, reaching across the void. In some binary star systems, two stars orbit so closely that they begin to pull matter from one another. These are known as vampire stars. One star slowly siphons the glowing, hot gas from its companion, growing larger and brighter at the expense of the other. A slow, cosmic dance of theft, playing out over millions of years in the silent dark. At the center of a distant globular cluster lies a rapidly spinning pulsar. This dead star is so incredibly dense, and spinning so fast, that its carbon core has been crystallized. It is, in essence, a diamond the size of the Earth. A giant, celestial gem, spinning in the dark, flashing its light across the galaxy like a cosmic lighthouse. Not all stars are bright and massive. Some are brown dwarfs, often called failed stars. They gathered enough gas to begin the process of becoming a star, but never quite achieved the mass needed to ignite nuclear fusion. They drift through the galaxy as faint, warm embers, glowing softly in infrared light, hidden in the shadows of the cosmos. The most common stars in the universe are red dwarfs. They are small, cool, and incredibly dim. But they burn their fuel with such profound efficiency that they can live for trillions of years. Long after the larger, brighter stars have died and faded, the red dwarfs will remain, quietly burning in the deep, dark future of the universe. To measure the distance to the nearest stars, astronomers use a technique called stellar parallax. As the Earth orbits the Sun, our viewpoint shifts slightly. Nearby stars appear to move against the background of more distant stars. By measuring this tiny, subtle shift, we can calculate the vast distances across the void. A gentle, cosmic geometry, mapping the dark. The constellations you see in the night sky are not permanent. The stars are moving through space at incredible speeds. In 50,000 years, the shape of the Big Dipper will stretch and distort beyond recognition. In 100,000 years, the night sky will be entirely unrecognizable to human eyes. The stars are in constant, slow motion, painting new pictures across the dark. Every atom of carbon in your muscles, every atom of iron in your blood, and every atom of calcium in your bones was forged in the heart of a dying star. When massive stars explode, they scatter these elements across the cosmos. You are not just in the universe, you are made of the universe. A collection of ancient stardust, resting quietly in the dark. Blue supergiants are the most massive and hottest stars in the cosmos. They burn with a fierce, brilliant blue light. But they live fast and die young. Consuming their fuel in just a few million years, they quickly exhaust themselves and collapse. A brief, magnificent flash of light, followed by an eternity of darkness. The Carina Nebula is one of the largest and most violent stellar nurseries in our galaxy. It is a chaotic, glowing cloud of gas, sculpted by the intense radiation of newborn stars. Within its glowing folds, massive stars are being born, their fierce winds carving caves and pillars into the cosmic dust. A beautiful, turbulent cradle of light. As we look out into the deepest reaches of space, we are looking back in time. The light from the most distant galaxies has traveled for billions of years to reach your eyes. The night sky is a tapestry of time. Every star you see is a snapshot of the past, a gentle whisper from a distant era, arriving softly in the quiet of the night. As we drift further outward, we leave individual stars behind and begin to see the grand, sweeping architecture of the cosmos. Our home, the Milky Way, is not a simple spiral. It is a barred spiral galaxy, with a massive, glowing bar of ancient stars cutting straight through its center. This hidden bar guides the flow of gas and dust, quietly shaping the arms of our galaxy in a slow, graceful dance that takes hundreds of millions of years to complete. Galaxies are not static, frozen islands in the dark. They are living, moving entities, drifting through the cosmic void. When two galaxies collide, it is not a violent crash. Because the space between stars is so vast, the stars themselves almost never touch. Instead, the two galaxies pass through each other like ghosts, their gravity gently weaving their arms together over billions of quiet years. Deep in the cosmos lies a mystery called the Great Attractor. It is a region of space with a gravitational pull so immense that it is dragging our entire galaxy, along with thousands of others, toward it at incredible speeds. We cannot see it clearly because it is hidden behind the dense dust of our own Milky Way. A silent, invisible giant, pulling us gently through the dark. The universe is not a random scattering of galaxies. It is organized into a vast, intricate structure called the cosmic web. Galaxies cluster together along massive, glowing filaments of dark matter, stretching for hundreds of millions of light years. Between these filaments lie the great voids, immense, empty expanses of nothingness. A delicate, glowing spiderweb, spanning the entirety of existence. Every galaxy is wrapped in a massive, invisible halo of dark matter. This unseen substance makes up most of the galaxy's mass, yet it emits no light. It is the silent scaffolding that holds the spinning stars together. Without this dark, invisible embrace, the galaxies would simply fly apart, their stars scattering into the endless night. Our Milky Way is not alone. It is slowly consuming several smaller dwarf galaxies that orbit it. Streams of stars, torn away by our galaxy's gravity, arc across the sky like cosmic rivers. We are witnessing a slow, quiet feast, playing out over eons in the deep dark. In the southern sky, two faint, hazy clouds are visible to the naked eye. These are the Magellanic Clouds, two small, irregular galaxies orbiting our own. They are our closest galactic neighbors, tethered to the Milky Way by gravity, drifting through the dark like loyal companions on a long, eternal journey. At the centers of the most distant, ancient galaxies lie quasars. These are the brightest objects in the universe, powered by supermassive black holes consuming entire stars. They shine with the light of a trillion suns, piercing through the cosmic dust. A brilliant, silent beacon, burning fiercely in the early days of time. Not all galaxies belong to a cluster. Some are rogue galaxies, wandering the deep void between the great clusters of the cosmic web. They are entirely alone, drifting through the most empty, desolate regions of the universe. A solitary island of stars, floating in an ocean of absolute nothingness. Our Milky Way is part of a small, quiet neighborhood called the Local Group. It contains more than 50 galaxies, mostly small, faint dwarf galaxies, all bound together by gravity. At the center of this group, the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are the two great giants, slowly drifting toward each other in the dark. When astronomers measure how fast galaxies spin, they find a mystery. The outer stars are moving too fast. Based on the visible matter, they should fly off into space. But they don't. Something invisible is holding them in, a deep, unseen gravity. This was the first true proof that dark matter exists, a silent guardian keeping the galaxy intact. Some galaxies have active, violent hearts. These active galactic nuclei shoot massive, glowing jets of particles thousands of light-years into space. These jets, powered by the black hole at the center, pierce through the galaxy and into the intergalactic void. A silent, cosmic fountain, spraying energy into the dark. Between the swirling spirals and the giant, fuzzy ellipses, there are lenticular galaxies. They look like flying saucers, with a central bulge and a disk, but no spiral arms. They are galaxies that have used up or lost most of their gas and dust. They have stopped forming new stars, quietly aging in the dark, their fires slowly fading. The light from the most distant galaxies has been traveling toward us since before the Earth even existed. When we look at these faint, red smudges in the deep field, we are looking back in time. We are seeing the universe as it was billions of years ago, when it was young and full of chaotic, newborn light. A window into the deep past, opening silently in the night. In the unimaginably distant future, all the galaxies will merge together. As the universe continues to expand and evolve, the great cosmic web will collapse inward. Eventually, all the stars, all the planets, and all the dark matter will combine into one single, giant, elliptical galaxy. A final, quiet resting place for all the light in the universe, drifting together in the endless dark. As we drift further back through the corridors of time, we approach the very beginning of everything. The Big Bang was not an explosion in space. It was an expansion of space itself. There was no center, no edge, no empty void waiting to be filled. The fabric of the cosmos simply began to stretch, unfolding gently from a single, infinitely dense point. For the first 380,000 years, the universe was completely opaque. It was a blinding, superheated fog of plasma, so dense that light could not travel through it. The cosmos was trapped in a silent, glowing mist, unable to show its own face. Eventually, the universe cooled just enough for the first atoms to form. In that exact moment, the fog cleared, and light was finally free to travel. That ancient, first light is still traveling through the void today, a gentle whisper from the dawn of time, known as the cosmic microwave background. Because space and time were created in that very first moment, there is no such thing as before the Big Bang. Time itself is a property of our universe. Asking what happened before the beginning is like asking what is north of the North Pole. The concept of time simply did not exist. Everything you have ever known, every galaxy, every star, and every atom, was once compressed into a space smaller than the palm of your hand. A tiny, impossibly dense seed of reality, waiting in the quiet dark before it gently bloomed into the infinite cosmos we see today. When the universe was just a fraction of a second old, it expanded faster than the speed of light. This brief, gentle burst is called cosmic inflation. It smoothed out the fabric of space, ensuring that the universe would be vast, flat, and perfectly balanced for the quiet eons to follow. After the initial expansion, the universe entered a period known as the Cosmic Dark Ages. For hundreds of millions of years, there were no stars, no galaxies, and no light. The cosmos was filled only with a quiet, invisible ocean of dark matter and hydrogen gas, waiting in absolute stillness. The first stars to ignite in this darkness were colossal, burning hundreds of times more massive than our Sun. They were made of pure, unadulterated hydrogen and helium, shining with a fierce, brilliant blue light that finally pierced the ancient cosmic dark. These giant, first stars lived fast and died young, exploding in spectacular supernovae. In their final moments, they forged the very first heavy elements and scattered them across the void. Their deaths seeded the universe with the building blocks for all future planets, and for us. As we look at the largest scales of the cosmos, we find a beautiful truth called the cosmological principle. No matter where you are in the universe, or which direction you look, the cosmos appears exactly the same. It is perfectly uniform, a vast, quiet ocean that looks identical from every shore. The geometry of the universe is perfectly flat. On a cosmic scale, the rules of simple, flat geometry apply perfectly. If you were to draw a triangle across billions of light-years of space, its angles would add up to exactly 180 degrees. A perfect, quiet symmetry spanning the infinite. At the very beginning of time, matter and antimatter were created in equal amounts. They should have annihilated each other completely, leaving a universe filled with nothing but light. But for some mysterious, beautiful reason, a tiny fraction of matter survived. We are made of that rare, surviving dust. The expansion of the universe is not pushing galaxies through space. Space itself is stretching, like the surface of a balloon being gently inflated. The galaxies are simply resting in the fabric of space, carried further apart as the dark ocean between them quietly grows. Because the universe is expanding, there is a boundary beyond which we can never see. Light from objects beyond this cosmic horizon will never reach us, because the space between us is stretching faster than the light can travel. We are surrounded by an invisible, unbreakable wall of time. Every single observer in the universe has their own unique observable universe. If you were to travel to a galaxy billions of light-years away, your cosmic horizon would shift. The center of the observable universe is not a place in space. It is wherever you happen to be, resting quietly in the dark. As we drift deeper into the nature of reality itself, we begin to understand that light is not just illumination. It is the very fabric of our connection to the cosmos. Light travels at exactly 299,792 kilometers per second, a speed so fundamental that it defines the limits of causality itself. Nothing in the universe can move faster than this gentle, silent messenger. When you look at the night sky, you are not seeing the present moment. You are looking into a vast, layered archive of time. The moon you see is 1¼ seconds old. The sun is 8 minutes old. The nearest star is over 4 years old. And the distant galaxies you glimpse through a telescope are billions of years old. Every point of light is a window into the past, a ghost of what once was. Time itself is not absolute. Einstein showed us that time is flexible, bending and stretching depending on how fast you move and how strong the gravity is around you. If you were to travel near the speed of light for just a few years, you would return to find that decades or centuries had passed on Earth. Time is not a steady river, but a quiet, flowing stream that moves at different speeds in different places. Near a black hole, time slows down dramatically. If you were to hover just outside the event horizon, your clock would tick so slowly that thousands of years would pass in the outside universe while only moments pass for you. You would be a time traveler, watching the cosmos age rapidly while you remain suspended in a single, eternal moment. Light can be bent by gravity. When light from a distant galaxy passes near a massive object like another galaxy or a cluster of dark matter, its path curves gently. This creates a cosmic magnifying glass, called gravitational lensing, that can stretch and distort the image of the background galaxy into beautiful, sweeping arcs. The universe itself becomes a lens, revealing hidden wonders in the deep dark. There is a phenomenon called redshift. As the universe expands, the light from distant galaxies is stretched, shifting toward the red end of the spectrum. The further away a galaxy is, the more its light is stretched, and the redder it appears. This gentle stretching of light is how we know the universe is expanding, a quiet confirmation written in the colors of the cosmos. Some objects in space are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. This does not violate physics because it is not the objects themselves moving, but the space between us expanding. The light from these objects is being stretched so much that it will never reach us. They are slowly fading from our view, disappearing beyond the cosmic horizon into the infinite dark. The color of a star tells you its temperature. Red stars are the coolest, burning at around 3,000 degrees. Yellow stars like our Sun are warmer, at about 6,000 degrees. And blue stars are the hottest, burning at over 30,000 degrees. The night sky is a thermometer, painted in the gentle hues of stellar fire. Light carries information. When a photon of light reaches your eye from a distant star, it carries with it the chemical signature of that star's atmosphere, its temperature, its motion, and its age. Every beam of starlight is a message, a letter written in the language of physics, traveling across the void to reach you in the quiet of the night. In the vacuum of space, there is no scattering of light like there is in Earth's atmosphere. This is why the sky appears black even during the daytime on the moon. Without air to scatter the sunlight, the sky remains a deep, endless black, filled with stars that do not twinkle but burn with a steady, unwavering light. The twinkling of stars you see from Earth is not the stars themselves changing. It is the turbulence in our atmosphere, bending and refracting the starlight as it passes through layers of moving air. The stars are perfectly steady. It is our own atmosphere that dances, creating the illusion of flickering light in the night sky. There is a place in space where the laws of physics as we know them break down completely. At the center of a black hole, in the singularity, density becomes infinite and the concepts of space and time cease to have meaning. It is a place where our understanding ends, a silent mystery hidden behind the event horizon, waiting for new physics to reveal its secrets. Quantum mechanics tells us that at the smallest scales, reality is not deterministic. Particles exist in superpositions, occupying multiple states at once until they are observed. This strange, fuzzy nature of reality is not just a theoretical curiosity. It is the foundation of everything, including the nuclear fusion that powers the stars. The cosmos is built on uncertainty, a gentle, quantum dance of probability. Entanglement is a phenomenon where two particles become connected in such a way that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Two particles, separated by light years, remain mysteriously linked, a silent, invisible connection that defies our understanding of space and time. The universe may be a hologram. Some theories in physics suggest that all the information contained in a three-dimensional volume of space can be encoded on its two-dimensional boundary. This holographic principle implies that our three-dimensional reality might be a projection from a lower-dimensional surface, a beautiful, cosmic illusion written in the language of mathematics. As we look unimaginably far into the future, we find that the era of starlight is not eternal. The stelliferous era, the time in which stars shine and galaxies glow, is only a brief chapter in the life of the cosmos. Eventually, the vast clouds of gas required to birth new stars will be entirely depleted. The universe will quietly close the door on the creation of new suns, leaving the existing stars to burn out one by one in the gentle dark. When the last star fades, the universe will enter the degenerate era. The cosmos will be populated only by the remnants of stellar life. White dwarfs, neutron stars, and the cold, dark cores of dead worlds will drift through the void. It will be a graveyard of ancient light, a silent expanse where the only illumination is the faint, fading glow of cooling embers. As trillions of years pass, even these stellar remnants will change. White dwarfs will cool completely, becoming dark, invisible black dwarfs. Neutron stars will slowly lose their energy. Eventually, the only massive objects left in the entire universe will be black holes. The cosmos will become a quiet kingdom ruled entirely by the silent, invisible gravity of these dark giants. But even black holes are not truly eternal. Through a gentle, quantum process called Hawking radiation, black holes slowly leak energy into the void. Over timescales so vast they defy human comprehension, even the largest supermassive black holes will slowly evaporate. In their final moments, they will release a soft, gentle flash of light, the last true fireworks of the ancient universe. After the last black hole has vanished, the universe will reach a state of maximum entropy, known as the heat death. All energy will be evenly distributed across the infinite expanse of space. There will be no hot spots, no cold spots, no gradients to drive change or create life. The cosmos will settle into a perfect, peaceful, and eternal equilibrium, where nothing ever happens again. This final state is often called the Big Freeze. As space continues to expand forever, the temperature of the universe will drop closer and closer to absolute zero. The gentle, fading photons of light will stretch into infinitely long, low-energy waves. The universe will become a vast, dark, and unimaginably cold ocean, resting in a state of permanent, quiet slumber. But there is another possibility for the end of all things, known as the Big Rip. If the mysterious dark energy driving the expansion of the universe grows stronger over time, it will eventually overcome all other forces. First, it will tear galaxies apart. Then, it will rip stars from their orbits. Finally, in the last fraction of a second, it will tear apart planets, molecules, and even the very atoms themselves, shredding the fabric of reality. Alternatively, the universe might not expand forever. If the total mass of the cosmos is great enough, gravity might eventually win the quiet tug of war against expansion. The galaxies would stop drifting apart and begin to fall back toward one another. The universe would contract, growing hotter and denser, until everything collapses back into a single, infinitely dense point in a reverse of the Big Bang, known as the Big Crunch. Some physicists believe that a big crunch might not be the end, but a transition. In a theory called the Big Bounce, the collapse of the universe creates a new singularity, which immediately explodes outward in a new Big Bang. Our universe might be just one gentle breath in an eternal, cosmic cycle of expansion and contraction. An infinite heartbeat, pulsing quietly through the realms of eternity. In the deepest, darkest future, even the matter that makes up planets and dead stars will not last forever. Some theories of physics suggest that protons, the building blocks of atoms, are not truly stable. Over googolls of years, the protons themselves will decay, dissolving into pure, gentle light. All the solid matter in the universe will simply evaporate into the dark, leaving behind nothing but a sea of wandering photons. Before the very end, there will be one final star. A tiny, cool red dwarf, burning its fuel with such profound efficiency that it will outlast all other stars by trillions of years. When it finally flickers and dies, it will mark the absolute end of the stelliferous era. A solitary, quiet candle blowing out in the endless, cosmic night. In the degenerate era, a strange process called quantum tunneling might occur over immense timescales. The light elements in dead stars might slowly fuse together, creating massive, cold spheres of pure iron. These iron stars, if they exist, would be the last solid objects in the universe, drifting silently in the dark. Monuments to the alchemy of time, resting in the quiet void. When all matter has decayed and all black holes have evaporated, the universe enters the photon epoch. The cosmos will be filled only with a thin, fading mist of photons, neutrinos, and electrons, drifting infinitely far apart. It will be a universe of pure, gentle light, stretched so thin that the particles will almost never interact. A quiet, endless ocean of whispers, fading into the dark. In a universe where nothing changes, where no events occur, and no energy is transferred, the very concept of time loses its meaning. Without change, there is no way to measure the passage of moments. The universe will exist in a state of eternal, timeless stillness. A perfect, unchanging peace, where the concepts of past, present, and future simply dissolve into the quiet dark. Yet, even in this ultimate stillness, the legacy of our universe will endure. The gentle gravitational waves created by the collisions of black holes and the expansion of space will continue to ripple through the void. These silent, invisible ripples will stretch on forever, a quiet memory of a time when stars shone, planets formed, and life looked up at the night sky in wonder. A permanent, gentle echo of everything that ever was. Space is not a static, empty void. It is a dynamic, flowing environment, filled with invisible rivers of energy and particles. Just as Earth has wind, rain, and weather, the cosmos has its own cosmic weather, a gentle but powerful system of forces that shape the worlds within it. The Sun is constantly exhaling a stream of charged particles known as the solar wind. This invisible breath flows outward in all directions, traveling at over 1,000,000 miles per hour. It washes over every planet, every moon, and every asteroid in the solar system, a continuous, silent river of stellar energy. This solar wind creates a massive, protective bubble around our entire solar system called the heliosphere. It is a magnetic shield, billions of miles across, that deflects the harsh, high-energy cosmic rays from deep space. We live inside this gentle, invisible embrace, kept safe by the quiet breath of our Sun. Beyond the heliosphere, the universe is filled with cosmic rays. These are incredibly fast-moving, high-energy particles, accelerated by the deaths of ancient stars. They travel through the galaxy at nearly the speed of light, tiny, silent messengers carrying the energy of supernovae across the vast cosmic ocean. When the solar wind reaches Earth, it meets our planet's magnetic field. The invisible force field catches these charged particles and funnels them toward the poles. There, they collide with the atmosphere, creating the auroras. The northern and southern lights are not just beautiful, they are the visible edge of our planet's invisible shield, glowing softly in the dark. But Earth is not the only world with auroras. Jupiter has a magnetic field 20,000 times stronger than ours. Its auroras are massive, permanent, and incredibly powerful, glowing with a fierce, ultraviolet light at its poles. A perpetual, silent storm of light, dancing in the cold Jovian night. Sometimes, the Sun releases much larger eruptions of plasma, called coronal mass ejections. These are colossal clouds of solar material, hurled into space at millions of miles per hour. When they wash over the planets, they can compress magnetic fields and trigger intense geomagnetic storms, a cosmic weather system of immense, quiet power. In the year 1859, a massive solar storm struck Earth. Known as the Carrington event, it was so powerful that the auroras were visible as far south as the Caribbean. The sky glowed so brightly that people could read newspapers at midnight, under the gentle, eerie light of a solar storm. A planet's magnetic field is its most vital shield. Without it, the solar wind would slowly strip away the atmosphere, molecule by molecule. The magnetic field is an invisible, protective aura, a quiet guardian that wraps around the world, defending the delicate balance of air and climate from the harsh winds of space. Mars once had a thick atmosphere and flowing water. But billions of years ago, its internal core cooled, and its global magnetic field died. Without its shield, the solar wind slowly blew the Martian atmosphere away into the void. A once living world, reduced to a cold, dry desert by the gentle, relentless erosion of cosmic weather. Our solar system is currently drifting through a local cloud of interstellar gas and dust called the local interstellar cloud. We are moving through this gentle, cosmic mist at 50,000 miles per hour. The atoms of distant, ancient stars are quietly passing through the space around us, a subtle connection to the wider galaxy. Every single day, about 100 tons of cosmic dust falls through Earth's atmosphere. These are microscopic particles, remnants of ancient comets and asteroids, burning up silently in the upper air. You are constantly breathing in the gentle, stardust rain of the cosmos, a quiet connection between the Earth and the deep sky. Surrounding our planet is a donut-shaped region of cold, dense plasma called the plasmasphere. It is a quiet, invisible ring of charged particles, held in place by Earth's magnetic field. It pulses and shifts with the solar wind, a hidden, atmospheric ocean floating high above the clouds. Deeper in space, the solar wind creates massive radiation traps called the Van Allen belts. These are zones of highly energetic particles, caught and held by the magnetic field. They form glowing, invisible rings around the Earth, a beautiful, deadly jewelry of trapped energy, resting silently in the dark. At the very edge of the solar system, the solar wind finally meets the interstellar medium. The boundary where these two invisible rivers collide is called the heliopause. It is the true edge of our cosmic home, the quiet shoreline where the breath of our sun finally fades into the vast, eternal ocean of the galaxy. As we drift past the giant planets, we turn our attention to their silent companions, a crowded family of moons, rings, and wandering debris moving together in a quiet, gravitational dance. Saturn's magnificent rings are not solid bands of ice, as they appear from a distance. They are actually made of billions of individual chunks of ice and rock, ranging in size from tiny grains of dust to mountains as large as houses. Each piece orbits independently, a vast, swirling river of frozen diamonds moving in perfect, silent harmony around the gas giant. While Saturn's rings are bright and highly visible, Jupiter also has a ring system, but its rings are made of dark, fine dust rather than bright ice. They are incredibly faint and almost invisible, a ghostly, hidden halo wrapped quietly around the largest planet in our solar system. One of Saturn's smaller moons, Hyperion, looks less like a sphere and more like a giant, cosmic sponge. Its surface is deeply cratered and incredibly porous, and it possesses a strange, chaotic rotation. It does not spin smoothly on its axis, but instead tumbles unpredictably through the dark, a restless, silent wanderer in the void. On Uranus's moon Miranda, there is a massive cliff called Verona Rupes, stretching 14 miles high into the vacuum of space. It is the tallest known cliff in the entire solar system. If you were to drop a stone from the top of this silent, frozen precipice, it would take a full 12 minutes to reach the bottom, falling slowly through the weak gravity of the distant moon. Mars has two small, irregular moons named Phobos and Deimos. Phobos is slowly spiraling inward toward the red planet. In a few tens of millions of years, the gravity of Mars will tear Phobos apart, shattering it into millions of pieces and creating a brand new, temporary ring system around the planet, a slow-motion collision playing out in the quiet dark. Comets are often described as dirty snowballs, ancient remnants from the very dawn of the solar system. As they approach the Sun, their frozen surfaces vaporize, creating a glowing coma and a magnificent tail. But this tail always points directly away from the Sun, pushed outward by the gentle, invisible pressure of the solar wind, no matter which direction the comet is traveling. Some comets originate in the distant Oort cloud, a spherical shell of icy debris at the very edge of the Sun's influence. These long-period comets take thousands, or even millions, of years to complete a single orbit. They spend almost their entire existence in the deep, freezing void, only briefly visiting the inner solar system to glow in the sunlight before returning to the eternal dark. Deep in the asteroid belt, the massive rock known as Vesta is not just a simple, dead stone. It is a differentiated protoplanet, meaning it has a metallic core, a mantle, and a crust, much like the Earth. It is a tiny, silent world that almost grew into a full planet, frozen in time before it could complete its formation. Pluto and its largest moon, Charon, share a unique and intimate bond. They are tidally locked not just to each other, but in a mutual embrace. If you stood on the surface of Pluto, Charon would hang in exactly the same spot in the sky, never rising and never setting. Two frozen worlds, locked in a quiet, eternal gaze across the dark. On Saturn's moon Titan, the landscape is carved by rivers and lakes, but not of water. The liquid is methane and ethane, resting in dark, calm pools beneath a thick, hazy orange sky. It is a cold, alien mirror of Earth's own hydrological cycle, a quiet, peaceful shoreline made of liquid natural gas. Neptune's largest moon, Triton, orbits its planet in the wrong direction. It moves backwards relative to Neptune's rotation, a clear sign that it did not form there. Triton is a captured object, pulled in from the distant Kuiper belt by Neptune's immense gravity, now resting in a cold, retrograde orbit. Saturn's moon Mimas bears a massive, ancient impact crater called Herschel, which makes it look remarkably like a giant, silent eye staring out into the void. The impact that created this crater was so violent that it nearly shattered the moon entirely, leaving deep, concentric fractures on the exact opposite side of the world. The beautiful, sweeping rings of Saturn are not permanent. Over millions of years, the icy particles are slowly being pulled down into the planet's atmosphere by gravity, a phenomenon known as ring rain. In a few 100 million years, the rings will completely disappear, leaving Saturn bare. We are simply lucky to exist in the brief cosmic window where the rings are visible. Despite the vast distances between them, many moons are locked in a phenomenon called orbital resonance. The gravitational pull of one moon gently tugs on another, creating a perfect, mathematical harmony. Their orbits align in precise ratios, a silent, cosmic clockwork that keeps the solar system stable, peaceful, and beautifully balanced in the deep dark. Finally, we look back at our own moon, which is unusually large compared to its host planet. This massive, silent companion stabilizes Earth's axial tilt, giving us our gentle, predictable seasons. Without this quiet guardian in the night sky, our world would wobble chaotically, making life as we know it impossible. A gentle, gravitational embrace, keeping our home perfectly balanced in the endless dark. As we drift deeper into the mechanics of the cosmos, we discover that nothing in space is truly still. Everything is caught in a delicate, invisible web of gravity, moving in a quiet, eternal dance. When we look at the Earth and the Moon, we assume the Moon orbits our planet. But in truth, they both orbit a hidden point in space called the barycenter. This center of mass lies about 1,000 miles beneath the Earth's surface. We are not simply being circled by the Moon, we are both waltzing around a silent, unseen center in the dark. Farther out in the solar system, there are 5 magical spots known as Lagrange points. These are places where the gravitational pull of the Sun and a planet perfectly balance each other out. If a spacecraft parks itself in one of these invisible valleys of gravity, it can hover in place, resting quietly in the cosmic currents without using any fuel. They are gravitational oases, where objects can remain perfectly still relative to the worlds around them. The Moon's gravity does more than just pull the oceans, it is gently stretching time itself. The friction of the tides rubbing against the ocean floor acts like a cosmic brake, slowly slowing the Earth's rotation. Billions of years ago, a day on Earth was only a few hours long. The Moon is quietly stealing our momentum, making our days longer and our nights more peaceful, one fraction of a second at a time. There is an invisible boundary around every planet called the Roche limit. If a moon wanders too close and crosses this line, the tidal forces of the planet become stronger than the Moon's own gravity. The Moon is gently but inevitably torn apart, its shattered remains spreading out to form a beautiful, sweeping ring of debris. It is a quiet transformation, turning a solid world into a ribbon of dust. When we send probes into the deep dark, they can use a technique called a gravity assist. By flying close to a massive planet, a spacecraft can steal a tiny fraction of the planet's orbital momentum. The planet slows down by an imperceptible amount, while the spacecraft is slingshot forward at incredible speeds. It is a silent exchange of energy across the void, using the giants of the solar system to push us further into the unknown. Even the gentle pressure of sunlight can move mountains over time. The Yarkovsky effect describes how an asteroid, heated by the Sun on one side, radiates that heat away as it rotates. This creates a microscopic, continuous thrust. Over millions of years, this incredibly faint push from starlight can slowly alter the entire orbit of a massive rock, guiding it through the dark with a touch as light as a whisper. Massive objects do not just pull on things, they pull on space itself. As the Earth spins, it actually drags the very fabric of spacetime around with it, a phenomenon known as frame dragging. Imagine a spoon twisting in a jar of thick honey. The honey is pulled along with the spoon. The Earth is gently twisting the universe around it, creating a subtle, invisible whirlpool in the dark. When two incredibly dense objects, like black holes or neutron stars, spiral inward and collide, they send shock waves through the universe. These are gravitational waves, ripples in the very fabric of spacetime. As they pass through you, they stretch and squeeze the space you occupy by a fraction of an atom. They are the silent echoes of the most violent events in the cosmos, washing over us in the quiet of the night. Some asteroids share the Earth's orbit, but they are caught in a strange, million-year dance called a horseshoe orbit. As the asteroid slowly catches up to Earth, our planet's gravity gently pushes it into a slightly wider, slower orbit. The asteroid falls behind, eventually looping all the way around the Sun to approach Earth from the other side, tracing a giant, sweeping horseshoe path through the dark. To leave a world behind, you must reach its escape velocity, the exact speed required to break free from its gravitational embrace forever. On Earth, this requires a tremendous burst of speed. But on a small moon or asteroid, the gravity is so weak that you could escape simply by throwing a rock as hard as you can. The grip of gravity depends entirely on the depth of the cosmic well. If you watch the night sky over thousands of years, the stars will slowly shift. The Earth wobbles on its axis like a dying spinning top, a slow motion called precession. Over a cycle of 26,000 years, this gentle wobble changes the direction our pole points. Polaris is only our North Star for a brief cosmic moment. Eventually, the axis will point to entirely different stars, painting new maps in the sky. Around our planet, there is a growing, invisible shell of human history. The Kessler syndrome is a theoretical cascade where space debris collides, creating more fragments, which collide again. This could form a shattering, high-speed cage of shrapnel around the Earth. A silent, invisible monument to our reach, drifting quietly in the upper atmosphere, forever separated from the stars. Every planet has an invisible bubble of influence called the Hill sphere. Within this region, the planet's gravity is the dominant force, allowing moons to orbit peacefully. But if an object drifts beyond this boundary, the Sun's gravity takes over, stealing the Moon away into its own orbit. It is the quiet edge of a world's domain, the limit of its gravitational embrace. High above the Earth, satellites in low orbit are not truly in the vacuum of space. They constantly brush against the thinnest, faintest traces of the atmosphere. This microscopic friction slowly drains their energy, causing their orbits to gradually shrink. Over years or decades, they spiral slowly inward, until they finally burn up in a brief, quiet streak of light, returning to the world below. Astronauts floating on the International Space Station are not in zero gravity. They are actually in a state of continuous freefall, falling toward the Earth but moving forward so fast that they constantly miss the ground. They are falling forever, suspended in a state of eternal, peaceful descent. A perfect, unending plunge through the dark, held aloft by the sheer speed of their journey. As we drift deeper into the cosmic ocean, we begin to ask the most profound question of all: are we alone? In the quiet of the night, astronomers use a gentle mathematical poem called the Drake equation to estimate the number of active civilizations in our galaxy. It is not a strict formula, but a way to organize our wonder, multiplying the number of stars by the fraction that have planets, and the fraction of those that might harbor life. It is a calculation of hope, suggesting that the universe should be teeming with quiet, thinking minds. Yet, when we look out into the vast, starry expanse, we hear only silence. This profound contradiction is known as the Fermi paradox. Given the age of the universe and the billions of Earth-like planets, the galaxy should be buzzing with activity. But the skies are empty, the radio waves are quiet, and the cosmos offers no obvious answer to the question, where is everybody? One gentle, melancholic answer is the concept of the Great Filter. This idea suggests that there is some evolutionary hurdle, some incredibly difficult step, that almost no life ever manages to pass. Perhaps the filter is behind us, meaning the spark of life itself is a miraculous, vanishingly rare accident. Or perhaps the filter lies ahead of us, a silent, unseen wall that even advanced civilizations eventually reach and cannot pass. Another, more haunting possibility is the dark forest theory. It imagines the universe not as a bustling community, but as a dark, quiet forest at night. In this forest, every civilization is like a hunter, creeping silently through the trees. To reveal your location is to invite destruction, so the smartest, most surviving civilizations are the ones that stay perfectly, absolutely quiet. But sometimes, the silence is broken. In the summer of 1977, a radio telescope detected a strong, narrowband signal from the deep sky. The astronomer who saw it was so amazed that he circled the printout and wrote the word "wow" in the margin. This "wow" signal lasted for 72 seconds and perfectly matched the expected signature of an extraterrestrial transmission. It has never been repeated, remaining a single, beautiful whisper from the unknown. Back on Earth, in the most extreme and hostile environments, we find that life is incredibly stubborn. In the boiling, acidic waters of volcanic vents, and in the crushing, lightless depths of the ocean, extremophiles thrive. These microscopic organisms do not need sunlight or gentle temperatures. They prove that life does not require a perfect paradise, it only requires a tiny, persistent spark of energy in the dark. This resilience was proven when microscopic creatures called tardigrades, or water bears, were exposed to the harsh vacuum of space. Frozen, bombarded by radiation, and deprived of all air, they simply entered a state of suspended animation. When brought back to Earth and given a single drop of water, they woke up and continued their quiet, simple lives. Life, it seems, is far more durable than the fragile worlds it inhabits. This leads to the beautiful theory of panspermia. It suggests that the building blocks of life, or perhaps even the simplest microbes, might be transported between worlds. Hidden inside the cold, dark hearts of meteorites and comets, the seeds of biology could survive the journey through the void. Every world in the solar system might share the same ancient, microscopic ancestry, carried across the dark on a tide of ice and rock. When we search for life beyond our solar system, we look for the Goldilocks zone. This is the gentle, habitable region around a star where it is neither too hot nor too cold. It is the precise distance where water can exist as a liquid, resting peacefully on the surface of a world. It is a cosmic balance, a quiet middle path where the conditions for life can slowly, gently unfold. But life might not even need a star. On rogue planets, wandering the eternal dark without a sun, deep subsurface oceans could be kept liquid by the planet's own internal heat. In these lightless, crushing depths, entirely alien ecosystems could thrive, completely unaware of the stars above. They would be a biology of the deep dark, powered by the quiet, geothermal heartbeat of a lonely world. On Saturn's moon Titan, the chemistry is so rich and complex that scientists wonder if a completely different kind of life might exist. Instead of water, the solvent would be liquid methane. Instead of breathing oxygen, these hypothetical organisms might breathe hydrogen and eat acetylene. It would be an alien biology, operating at freezing temperatures, living a slow, quiet life in the hazy orange twilight. To find these distant worlds, astronomers do not look for the life itself, but for its breath. They search for biosignatures, specific combinations of gases in an exoplanet's atmosphere that should not exist together without life to replenish them. Oxygen mixed with methane, for example, is a chemical imbalance that only living things can sustain. We are listening for the chemical whisper of life, hidden in the starlight of distant suns. Humanity has also sent its own quiet whispers into the dark. In 1974, the Arecibo message was beamed toward a distant star cluster. It was a simple, mathematical greeting, a binary code describing our DNA, our numbers, and our solar system. It is a tiny, fragile packet of information, traveling through the void at the speed of light, a message in a bottle cast into the cosmic ocean. Even further away, drifting beyond the heliosphere in the true interstellar space, are the Voyager probes. Attached to Voyager 1 and 2 is the Golden Record, a phonograph containing the sounds of Earth. It holds the songs of whales, the greetings in 55 languages, and the gentle brainwaves of a young woman in love. It is a monument to our existence, drifting silently through the dark, long after our world may have faded. Perhaps the most profound truth of all is that we are the universe experiencing itself. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a dying star. You are not a stranger in this cosmos, you are a part of it, a brief, conscious arrangement of ancient stardust. When you look up at the night sky, it is simply the universe looking back at itself, in quiet, peaceful wonder. Absolute zero is the absolute lower limit of temperature. At this point, all atomic motion ceases. The universe approaches a state of perfect, silent stillness. It is a cold so profound that it exists only as a theoretical boundary, a quiet horizon that physics can approach but never truly touch. At the opposite extreme lies the Planck temperature, the highest possible temperature in the universe. It is the heat of the very first fraction of a second after the Big Bang. At this unimaginable intensity, the very concepts of space and time begin to dissolve, melting into a primordial, glowing soup of pure energy. The speed of light is not merely a measure of how fast a photon travels. It is the fundamental speed limit of causality itself. It is the maximum rate at which one event can influence another. In a universe without this gentle, cosmic speed limit, cause and effect would blur, and the orderly flow of time would collapse into chaos. When you move through space, you are also moving through time. As your speed increases, your passage through time slows down. If you could travel at the speed of light, time would stop entirely. For a photon of light, the moment it is emitted and the moment it is absorbed are the exact same instant. It experiences no time at all, existing only in a state of eternal, timeless transit. In the vacuum of space, the pressure is so incredibly low that water cannot exist as a liquid. If you were to expose a drop of water to the void, it would not simply freeze. It would instantly boil, vaporizing into a cloud of gas, which would then rapidly freeze into a cloud of tiny, glittering ice crystals. A simultaneous boiling and freezing, dancing in the silent dark. The crust of a neutron star is the strongest material known to physics. It is a lattice of incredibly dense, compressed atomic nuclei, forged in the heart of a collapsing star. It possesses an immense, unbreakable strength, far beyond any material on Earth. If you were to press a small piece of this crust, it would resist all the crushing forces of the universe, a silent, unbreakable shell in the deep dark. A light year is not a measure of time, but of distance. It is the distance light travels in a single orbit of our planet, spanning trillions of miles. When we look at a star a single light year away, we are seeing it as it was a year in the past. The night sky is not a map of space, but a layered archive of time, a beautiful, silent history written in light. The cosmic microwave background is the residual heat from the Big Bang. It fills every part of the universe with a faint, gentle glow of microwave radiation. Its temperature is just barely above absolute zero. It is the cooling embers of creation, a soft, invisible blanket of ancient warmth wrapping the entire cosmos. A white dwarf is the collapsed core of a dead star, about the size of our world but containing the mass of our sun. A single teaspoon of this material would weigh many tons on Earth. It is a realm of unimaginable density, quietly cooling in the dark, a silent monument to a star that once burned brightly in the night. The concept of a parsec is used by astronomers to measure the vast distances of the cosmos. It is based on the gentle shift of parallax, the tiny, apparent movement of a nearby star against the distant background as the Earth orbits the Sun. It is a measurement born from the quiet, rhythmic dance of our planet around our star. The universe is expanding, and the further away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to be moving away from us. This means that the space between galaxies is stretching, carrying them apart like dots on a gently inflating balloon. The cosmos is quietly growing, expanding into an infinite, unknown future. Because the universe is expanding, there is a boundary beyond which we can never see. This is the cosmic horizon. Light from objects beyond this edge has not had enough time to reach us since the beginning of the universe. We are enclosed in a sphere of visibility, a quiet, unbreakable boundary of time and space. Entropy is the measure of disorder in a system, and the laws of thermodynamics state that entropy always increases. This gives time its direction, the arrow of time that flows from past to future. It is the reason why stars burn out, why structures decay, and why the universe moves gently from order into quiet, peaceful chaos. In the incredibly distant future, after all stars have died and all black holes have evaporated, the universe will reach a state of maximum entropy. This is the heat death of the universe. All energy will be evenly distributed, and no more work can be done. The cosmos will settle into a perfect, eternal, and unchanging stillness, a final, peaceful rest. Yet, in the mathematics of probability, there is a concept called the Poincaré recurrence theorem. It suggests that if you wait long enough in a closed system, every possible configuration of matter will eventually repeat. Given an infinite amount of time, the exact arrangement of atoms that makes up you, and this exact moment, will occur again. A quiet, eternal cycle of return, hidden in the deep, mathematical fabric of reality. As we drift through the cosmos, we realize that we have not just been observing the universe from afar. We have gently, quietly reached out into the dark, sending our silent ambassadors to explore the unknown. In the year 2012, the Voyager 1 spacecraft crossed the heliopause, becoming the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. It is now sailing through the ancient, undisturbed medium between the stars, a tiny, silent ambassador carrying our whispers into the infinite dark. Voyager 2 followed its twin into the deep void in 2018. As it crossed the boundary, its instruments detected a sudden, sharp increase in the density of the plasma around it. The gentle, hot breath of our sun had finally faded, replaced by the cold, dense, and quiet ocean of interstellar space, marking the true edge of our solar home. Long before the Voyagers, the Pioneer probes were sent on their own quiet journeys. Attached to their frames are small, golden plaques, etched with the figures of a man and a woman, and a map showing the location of our sun relative to 14 pulsars. It is a silent, metallic message in a bottle, drifting through the cosmic currents, carrying our shape and our location into eternity. The golden record aboard the Voyagers carries the very essence of Earth. It contains the sounds of wind, thunder, and birds, the gentle rhythm of a heartbeat, and the brainwaves of a young woman simply meditating. If it is ever found by another mind in the deep future, they will hear the quiet, peaceful rhythm of a human consciousness at rest. When the Hubble Space Telescope was pointed at a seemingly empty, dark patch of sky for 10 consecutive days, it revealed thousands of distant galaxies. This Hubble Deep Field showed us that the universe is never truly empty. Every tiny, black pixel in the night sky is actually a crowded, bustling ocean of stars, hiding in plain sight in the deep dark. The James Webb Space Telescope was folded up and launched to see the universe in infrared light. Its massive, golden mirror captures the faint, stretched light of the very first galaxies. It is looking back through time, peering through the cosmic dust to witness the quiet, gentle ignition of the first stars, shining in the ancient, primordial night. On the surface of the moon, left behind by the Apollo astronauts, are small, quiet devices called retroreflectors. They are essentially special, precise mirrors. When we fire lasers from Earth at these exact coordinates, the light bounces back to us, allowing us to measure the distance to the moon with millimeter precision. It is a silent, continuous conversation of light between the Earth and its moon. On the rusted, dusty plains of Mars, the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers drive alone. They are nuclear-powered, quiet explorers, rolling over ancient riverbeds and craters. They take photographs of the desolate landscape, sending them back across the void, solitary witnesses to the silent, frozen history of a dried-up world. Above the Martian surface, the Ingenuity helicopter proved that flight is possible in the thin, cold atmosphere. It spun its blades in the thin air, lifting itself into the pale pink sky. A tiny, mechanical bird, dancing alone in the thin atmosphere of an alien world, before returning to rest on the quiet dust below. The Cassini spacecraft spent over a decade studying Saturn and its moons. When its fuel finally ran low, it was commanded to perform a final, graceful dive into the planet's atmosphere. As it plunged into the crushing clouds, it transmitted data until the very last second, a brave, silent farewell to the beautiful, ringed giant. The Huygens probe detached from Cassini and fell through the thick, orange haze of Titan. For the first time, we saw the surface of an alien world up close. It landed on a dark, frozen shore, surrounded by smooth, rounded ice pebbles, resting quietly in the methane twilight of a distant, alien moon. The New Horizons probe traveled for 9 years to reach the distant dwarf planet Pluto. When it finally arrived, it revealed a world of surprising beauty, featuring towering mountains of solid water ice and vast, smooth plains of frozen nitrogen. A heart-shaped glacier resting at the edge of the solar system, untouched and perfectly preserved for billions of years. The OSIRIS-REx mission traveled to a near-Earth asteroid, gently hovered over its surface, and touched down for just a few seconds to grab a handful of ancient dust. It then began the long, quiet journey back home, carrying a tiny sample of the primordial solar system, a piece of the deep past resting safely in a sealed container. If you look up at the night sky, you might see a steady, moving point of light. It is often the International Space Station, a massive, glowing laboratory orbiting just above the atmosphere. Inside, humans live and work in continuous freefall, watching the Earth glide silently beneath them, a quiet, shining outpost of humanity in the dark. All these machines, probes, and mirrors are our silent extensions. They are our eyes and ears in the vast, cold void. Though we are bound to our small, blue world, our curiosity has reached out across the solar system and beyond. We are a quiet species, sitting on the shore of a cosmic ocean, gently dipping our toes into the deep, dark water. When a massive star reaches the end of its life, it does not simply fade away. It collapses inward and then rebounds in a spectacular explosion called a supernova. For a few brief weeks, a single dying star can outshine an entire galaxy, scattering the heavy elements it forged across the cosmos, seeding the dark with the building blocks of future worlds. Even more powerful than supernovae are gamma-ray bursts. These are the most energetic explosions in the universe since the Big Bang itself. In a matter of seconds, they release more energy than our sun will emit in its entire 10 billion-year lifetime, a brief, blinding flash of pure, concentrated power rippling through the ancient dark. When you watch a total solar eclipse, you are witnessing one of the most beautiful cosmic coincidences in the known universe. The Sun is exactly 400 times larger than the Moon, but it is also exactly 400 times farther away. This perfect, mathematical harmony allows the Moon to cover the Sun exactly, revealing a delicate, pearly corona of light in the middle of the day. Every year, as the Earth completes its long orbit around the Sun, it passes through the dusty trails left behind by ancient comets. These tiny, frozen particles, no larger than grains of sand, strike our atmosphere and burn up in streaks of light. We call them meteor showers, a gentle, annual rain of cosmic dust, quietly vaporizing in the night sky. Sometimes, a meteor is much larger, a fragment of rock or iron that plunges deep into the atmosphere. It compresses the air in front of it so violently that it glows brighter than the full moon, becoming a fireball or bolide. It may even shatter in the upper air with a silent, brilliant flash, a sudden, beautiful spark in the endless dark. The auroras are not just a single color. The specific hues depend on which gases the solar wind strikes in our atmosphere. When the charged particles hit oxygen high above, they glow with a soft, ethereal green. Deeper down, oxygen can glow a rare, deep red, while nitrogen paints the lower edges in gentle, shifting shades of blue and purple. Before the dawn breaks, you might sometimes see a faint, glowing pyramid of light rising from the horizon. This is the zodiacal light, caused by sunlight reflecting off a vast, flat disk of ancient interplanetary dust that fills the inner solar system. It is a gentle, ghostly glow, the quiet reflection of the Sun off the debris of ancient comets. Even when there is no moon and no light pollution, the night sky is never truly black. The Earth's atmosphere itself emits a very faint, continuous glow called airglow. High in the upper atmosphere, atoms and molecules are excited by the Sun's radiation during the day, and they slowly release that energy as a soft, invisible luminescence throughout the night. At the very edge of space, where the atmosphere meets the vacuum, there exist the noctilucent clouds. These are the highest clouds on Earth, formed from ice crystals in the freezing, thin air of the mesosphere. They are so high that they remain illuminated by the Sun long after sunset, glowing with a soft, silvery blue light in the deepening twilight. When the air is cold and filled with tiny, hexagonal ice crystals, the light of the Sun or Moon can be bent and refracted. This creates beautiful, ghostly halos, and sometimes bright, colorful spots on either side of the Sun, known as sun dogs. They are delicate, optical illusions, painted by the quiet geometry of frozen water in the sky. In the rare moments just as the Sun dips below the ocean horizon, the atmosphere can act like a prism, separating the colors of light. For just a second or two, a brilliant, emerald green spot of light can flash above the edge of the world. It is a fleeting, magical phenomenon, a quiet, green farewell from the day to the approaching night. If you point a camera at the night sky and leave the shutter open for hours, the stars do not appear as dots. Instead, they trace long, sweeping, concentric circles around the celestial pole. These star trails are not the stars moving, but the Earth itself, turning quietly and steadily in the dark, revealing our own planet's graceful rotation. When you look at the bright, milky band of the Milky Way stretching across the sky, you are looking edge-on into the dense, glowing disk of our own galaxy. You are seeing the combined light of billions of distant stars, too far away to be resolved individually. It is a river of ancient light, flowing silently through the dark. From the southern hemisphere, two fuzzy, cloud-like patches are visible in the night sky. These are the large and small Magellanic Clouds, two small, irregular galaxies orbiting our own. They are our closest galactic neighbors, tethered to the Milky Way by gravity, drifting through the dark like quiet, loyal companions on a long, eternal journey. At the very limit of our vision lies the cosmic horizon, the edge of the observable universe. Beyond this boundary, the universe may continue forever, but its light will never reach us because the space between us is expanding too quickly. We are enclosed in a vast, spherical island of visibility, resting quietly in an infinite, unknowable ocean of dark. As we approach the very edges of human understanding, we must confront the ultimate boundaries of reality itself. The universe we can see, the vast cosmic web of billions of galaxies, is only a tiny fraction of what actually exists. Beyond the cosmic horizon, space likely continues forever, filled with more galaxies, more stars, and more empty voids, stretching into an infinity that the human mind can barely comprehend. But some theories suggest that our infinite universe is just one of many. In the theory of eternal inflation, the space between universes is constantly expanding, while tiny pockets slow down and form bubble universes. Our entire cosmos might be just a single, quiet bubble floating in an infinite, eternal foam of other realities, each with its own unique laws of physics. In the strange world of quantum mechanics, there is the many worlds interpretation. It suggests that every time a quantum event has multiple possible outcomes, the universe simply splits. Every choice, every random fluctuation, creates a branching path of reality. There may be an infinite number of parallel universes, quietly existing right alongside our own, living out every possible version of history in the silent dark. If you were to travel in a perfectly straight line through the universe, you might eventually end up exactly where you started. Some models of cosmology suggest that the universe could be shaped like a giant, four-dimensional torus, or a cosmic donut. Space would curve back on itself, meaning the cosmos is finite, but has no edges, no boundaries, and no center. At the very smallest scales, space is not smooth and empty. If you could zoom in close enough, past the atoms, past the quarks, you would find the quantum foam. At the Planck length, the smallest possible measurement of distance, space itself becomes turbulent and chaotic. The very fabric of reality boils and bubbles with temporary, microscopic black holes, a violent, hidden storm beneath the quiet surface of the cosmos. Time, too, may not be what it seems. In the block universe theory, born from Einstein's relativity, the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Time does not flow like a river. Instead, the entire history of the universe is a solid, four-dimensional block of spacetime. Every moment that has ever happened, and every moment that ever will happen, is resting quietly together in the eternal dark. Because the universe is so vast and so old, some physicists believe that identical copies of you must exist. In an infinite universe, the number of possible arrangements of matter is finite. Eventually, the atoms must repeat their patterns. Somewhere, unimaginably far away, there is another Earth, another you, looking up at the exact same stars, living the exact same life in a parallel slice of infinity. The cosmic microwave background holds a strange anomaly known as the cold spot. It is a region of the sky that is significantly colder and larger than the standard models of the universe predict. Some theorists have proposed a haunting explanation. It is the bruise left behind by a collision with another universe, a gentle, invisible bump in the dark from a reality brushing against our own. There is a concept in physics called the simulation hypothesis. It suggests that if a sufficiently advanced civilization could simulate entire universes, they would likely run billions of them. Statistically, it is far more likely that we are living in one of those billions of simulations than in the one, single-base reality. We might be nothing more than a quiet, complex pattern of information, resting in the memory of a vast, unknowable machine. Yet, whether we are made of stardust or lines of code, the experience of the universe is real. The laws of physics, the gentle pull of gravity, the quiet drift of galaxies, these are the rules of our existence. The mystery of what the universe is made of is slowly giving way to the mystery of what the universe is doing. It is processing information, evolving, and growing more complex. The universe is not just a collection of objects in space. It is a vast, evolving network of relationships. Every particle is connected to every other particle through the fundamental forces. The cosmos is a single, unified system, a quiet, cosmic organism where the fate of a distant galaxy is subtly, invisibly linked to the atoms in your own body. As we look at the grandest scales, we find the cosmic web, a structure so large it defies imagination. Filaments of dark matter and gas stretch for hundreds of millions of light years, connecting massive clusters of galaxies. Between these glowing threads lie the great voids, immense, empty expanses of nothingness. The universe is a delicate, beautiful lacework of light and dark. But what lies beyond the edge of the universe? If the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into? The answer, according to general relativity, is that it is not expanding into anything. Space itself is simply growing. There is no outside, no edge, and no boundary. The universe is everything that exists, a self-contained, quiet reality that needs no external space to hold it. And finally, we arrive at the most profound question of all, the question that sits at the very heart of philosophy and physics. Why is there something, rather than nothing? Why did the universe bother to exist at all? The void could have been empty, silent, and forever. But instead, it chose to bloom. It chose to create stars, and planets, and the quiet, peaceful minds that look up and wonder. This is the ultimate secret of the cosmos. That out of the infinite, eternal dark, reality emerged. And for a brief, beautiful moment, that reality arranged itself into you, allowing the universe to experience its own quiet, breathtaking wonder. We all live on a tiny, fragile island in a vast, cosmic ocean. Our address is Earth, the third planet from a quiet, yellow star, located in the outer suburbs of the Milky Way galaxy. We are perched on the edge of the Orion Arm, a minor spiral arm, looking out into the deep, starry expanse. While you sit perfectly still, you are actually spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour. The Earth rotates on its axis, carrying you through the night and into the day. This gentle, continuous spin is the quiet rhythm of our world, a steady, silent waltz that gives us the cycle of light and dark. At the same time, our planet is hurtling through space at 67,000 miles per hour, orbiting the Sun. We are caught in the Sun's gentle gravitational embrace, tracing a vast, elliptical path through the dark. Every year, we complete this grand, silent journey, returning to the exact same point in the cosmic ocean. But the Sun is not standing still either. It is carrying us, along with all the other stars in our neighborhood, on a massive orbit around the center of the Milky Way. It takes 250 million years to complete a single galactic year. The last time we were in this exact position in the galaxy, the very first dinosaurs were just beginning to walk the Earth. As we orbit the galactic center, our solar system is also pushing its way through a local bubble of space. We are currently drifting through the local interstellar cloud, a gentle, wispy river of gas and dust. We entered this cloud tens of thousands of years ago, and we will slowly drift out of it in the deep future. Our entire Milky Way galaxy is not drifting alone. It is locked in a slow, gravitational dance with the Andromeda galaxy. The two great spirals are falling toward each other at 250,000 miles per hour. In a few billion years, they will gently merge, painting a new, grander galaxy across the sky. Even grander than this, our galaxy is being pulled along with hundreds of other galaxies toward a mysterious region of space called the Great Attractor. We are all caught in a vast, cosmic current, flowing like a slow, invisible river toward a hidden gravitational valley in the deep structure of the universe. When we measure our motion against the very oldest light in the universe, the cosmic microwave background, we find that the Earth is moving at over 1,000,000 miles per hour relative to the rest of the cosmos. We are not just sitting in space, we are surfing on the grand, expanding fabric of reality itself. As we travel, the Earth is tilted on its axis by 23.5 degrees. This gentle, permanent lean is what gives us our seasons. As we orbit the Sun, the northern and southern hemispheres take turns tilting toward the warmth. It is a slow, graceful nod, painting the world in cycles of green, gold, and white. But this tilt is not perfectly fixed. Like a spinning top that is slowly losing its momentum, the Earth's axis wobbles in a gentle, 26,000-year cycle. Over millennia, the stars we call our North Star will change. The sky is slowly, quietly rotating, painting new constellations over the deep ages of time. The rhythm of our days is also changing. The gentle friction of the ocean tides, pulled by the moon, acts as a cosmic break. Every century, the length of an Earth day grows by a tiny fraction of a second. Millions of years ago, a day was only a few hours long. The moon is slowly, peacefully stretching our time. Deep beneath our feet, the Earth's magnetic field is not permanent. Over hundreds of thousands of years, the magnetic north and south poles gently drift and eventually flip. When this happens, the compasses of the world will point in the opposite direction. It is a slow, invisible reversal, a quiet resetting of our planet's protective shield. We are incredibly lucky to live where we do. We reside in the galactic habitable zone, a quiet, peaceful suburb of the Milky Way. We are far enough from the chaotic, radiation-filled center to be safe, but close enough to the rich, star-forming regions to have the heavy elements needed for life. We live in the perfect, quiet middle. In 1990, as the Voyager 1 spacecraft was leaving the solar system, it turned its camera back toward home. It captured a single, tiny pixel of light against the vast, dark void. That faint, pale blue dot is Earth. Every human being, every history, every joy and sorrow, existed on that single, fragile speck of dust in a sunbeam. Astronauts who travel to the International Space Station often experience a profound shift in consciousness called the overview effect. When they look down at the Earth, they do not see borders or divisions. They see a tiny, fragile, glowing sphere of life, wrapped in a paper-thin atmosphere, resting in the infinite, peaceful dark. It is a quiet realization that we are all sharing one single, beautiful home. As we reach the end of our journey, we return to the quiet of the night, looking up at the familiar canopy of stars. The night sky is not just a collection of distant suns, it is a vast, glowing archive of time. Every photon of starlight that reaches your eye has traveled across the cold, silent void for years, centuries, or millennia, just to rest gently upon your closed eyelids. You are made of the exact same material as those distant fires. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, and the carbon in your cells were all forged in the hearts of ancient stars that lived and died billions of years ago. You are not merely observing the universe, you are the universe itself, temporarily arranged into a form that can rest, breathe, and dream. The Milky Way stretching across the sky is a river of ancient light, a gentle current of billions of stars flowing through the dark. When you look at it, you are looking edge-on into the disk of our cosmic home. It is a silent, majestic structure, turning slowly in the deep night, carrying our solar system along on its grand, eternal voyage. The darkness of space is not an empty void, it is a canvas of infinite potential. It is the quiet, peaceful backdrop against which all of reality unfolds. In that deep, velvety blackness, galaxies are born, stars ignite, and the gentle dance of creation continues in absolute silence. The silence of the cosmos is like a heavy, comforting blanket. It is a profound, unbroken quiet that has existed since the dawn of time. When you close your eyes and let your mind drift, you are tapping into that same ancient, peaceful stillness that fills the spaces between the stars. The moon, hanging quietly in the night sky, exerts a gentle, invisible pull on the earth. It draws the oceans into tides, and it subtly influences the very water within your own body. As it glows softly above, it is a silent guardian of the night, watching over the sleeping world in its slow, graceful orbit. The constellations you see are a shared heritage of all humanity. For thousands of years, people from every corner of the earth have looked up at the same stars, finding comfort and wonder in their steady, unchanging light. The stars do not judge, they do not hurry, and they do not worry, they simply shine, offering a quiet sense of permanence in a changing world. Though the universe is expanding, carrying the galaxies further apart, the fundamental forces that bind us together remain strong. Gravity, electromagnetism, and the quiet bonds of atoms hold our world, our bodies, and our minds together in perfect harmony. We are anchored to this beautiful, blue world, safe and secure in the vastness of space. Every single breath you take contains atoms that have circled the globe, risen into the atmosphere, and perhaps even originated from the distant cosmos. You are constantly exchanging matter with the earth and the sky, a quiet, invisible cycle of renewal that connects you to every living thing and every star. The Earth itself is a magnificent spaceship, carrying us all on a grand voyage through the galaxy. We are traveling together, billions of us, riding on this pale blue dot through the endless ocean of the night. There is nowhere else we need to be, we are exactly where we are meant to be, drifting peacefully through the dark. The universe is not empty, it is filled with a quiet, vibrant energy. Even in the deepest voids, space is alive with quantum fluctuations, gentle ripples of potential, and the faint, cooling embers of the Big Bang. The cosmos is never truly asleep, it is simply resting in a state of deep, profound tranquility. Nighttime is the world's way of resting, healing, and preparing for a new day. As the earth turns away from the sun, the land cools, the winds settle, and the animals find their quiet places to sleep. You are a part of this grand, natural rhythm, joining the entire planet in a collective, peaceful slumber. Long after we are gone, the stars will continue to shine, and the galaxies will continue their slow, graceful dance. There is a deep comfort in this permanence. Our worries, our stresses, and our busy thoughts are so small compared to the vast, eternal patience of the cosmos. You are the universe experiencing itself, a brief, beautiful spark of consciousness in the infinite dark. And right now, in this moment, the universe is choosing to rest. It is choosing to close its eyes, to slow its breathing, and to drift into the gentle, welcoming arms of sleep. As the final seconds of our journey fade away, let go of the stars, let go of the galaxies, and let go of the vastness of space. Bring your awareness back to the softness of your bed, the warmth of your blankets, and the gentle, steady rhythm of your own breathing. The cosmos will keep turning, the stars will keep shining, and the night will keep its quiet watch over you. You are safe, you are at peace, and it is time to simply let go. Drift now, into the deep, silent, and beautiful dark. Good night.